What an absolutely beautiful sunrise in Surfside, California this morning. It is absolutely gorgeous. Check it out. I just got in a couple of hours ago on board the Amigo out of 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro, and we had phenomenal lobster hoop netting last night at Catalina Island. I mean, it can't get any better than it was. We had limits of fat lobster, and the crew on the Amigo, fantastic. Trevor from the Freedom even joined us last night, so we had a marvelous time. I'll put out a video by tomorrow on that great trip. It was so much fun. You might want to think about it. And the Amigo, they did such a great job. We're going to check out Long Range. We'll check out the islands, some white sea bass and halibut. We're taken by a private boater. Nice hit. Halibut on board the Pride. Nice hit for them. Some local sand bass, Mexico, and so much more. You know what time it is. It is time for the morning briefing. Stay tuned. I'm setting up, and I'll be right back with more. Are you excited?
Oh, I'm so excited.
Come on.
I'm so excited.
I can tell.
I'm so excited. Right, so watch out. So let me show you how to grab these.
Yeah, don't drop them overboard, Michael.
That's legal
Big
too.
ones, you kinda wanna
Is
grab
it?
them, like,
Yeah,
one
that
by
was
two.
legal.
2 legals or?
Two
They're
legals in
super sharp, so just be very careful.
Let's see it, Jason.
This is a very nice one right here. This is probably a 5-pounder, a nice female.
That's gorgeous, man.
I don't even have to measure it out. You can kind of see.
Beautiful,
And you can always
man.
and you can tell it's a female by their tail right here, how these longer fins are.
Yeah.
I'm going for the second set is going to be the one.
We were shooting for 23.
23.
Working hard here, pulling away.
Yeah.
I see why
Bigger
Mark is
carp,
so
but
tired
smart.
now, dude. I get it, dude.
I don't think so.
Oh! Now we're talking. Woo! There's 4 legals in there at least. Hey, good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. This gorgeous Monday morning. It can't get any lovelier than it is. I mean, it is beautiful. Fresh in from a wonderful adventure last night on board the Amigo. We had such a great time. We all went home with limits of lobster. I want to thank Doug Tilk. Doug chartered the Amigo, invited Friedman Adventures along. And again, we had the time of our lives. That crew on the Amigo is not only fantastic, but they're hilarious. And you'll see some of that when I put the video out tomorrow, or maybe even a little bit later today. However, we've got 2 live shows for you today. Danny Cadoto's show at 4 o'clock. And of course, Tackle Shop Confessions at 6 o'clock tonight. And I'll be doing another show that I'll record and then have for you about fishing on the Royal Polaris with Darren Tohe. That's going to be a great one. I can't wait to do that. And of course, tomorrow I'll be in San Diego delivering all kinds of used fishing tackle to my dear friend Diego Nuno from the Royal Star. He's taking that across the border, and it's ultimately going to end up in the hands of the children on the island of Cedros. Hey, it's a busy morning. It's a busy day. You know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Is that good? Or what? So great to be with you. If you don't mind, hit that like button. We deeply appreciate it when you do that. Also, share these videos with a friend. Tick that little bell. You'll be notified when there's new content. Subscribe to the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel. You can follow us over there on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Apple Podcast, and Spotify, where we have had well over 2 million views in the last 28 days. And I owe you a huge debt of gratitude for that. Also, Friedman Adventures merchandise. Check out this nice sweatshirt. You should get one for the loved one in your family who's a Friedman Adventures fan. It helps us to produce more content, and it is so deeply appreciated. Again, Doug Tilk, a surprise for all of us on board the Amigo last night. He's a prince of a guy, a generous man, and a really super good friend. This Friday, we're on board the Island Spirit out of Ventura Sport Fishing. Man, when I get in, I got to find a TV to watch the Notre Dame game. That is for sure. I can't wait for that. I can't wait to see you on board the Island Spirit this Friday, leaving early at 6 a.m. We're going deep water coding, weather permitting, and it looked like the weather was good the last time I checked it, so I think we're going to be good. If you want to get on that trip and join us, it's going to be fun. VenturaSportFishing.com, or you can give them a call at 805-676-3474. All right, let's go south of the border and let's talk San Quintin. That's 140 miles below the border, 140. And there is some great fishing going on down there for the anglers out of San Quintin, Baja California, on yellowtail, on lingcod, on tremendous rock fishing right now. That is another viable option available to each and every one of you. Yesterday we talked about Mulahay, which is pretty close to Loreto. That's in Baja California Sur. And down in that neck of the woods, the yellowtail fishing has been outstanding. So that is really great stuff south of the border. And then we go 70 miles south of the border to the coastal town of Ensenada. Beautiful, lovely drive to get down there. And the rock fishing has been fabulous. There's been the occasional yellowtail that pops up in the Ensenada Bay area, that is to say around Punta or inside of Todos Santos, but for the most part we have been looking at copious amounts of colorful and delicious eating rockfish. I don't know how you can beat that. The Royal Polaris on their long range seed picked at the yellows yesterday. Had pretty good yellowtail fishing. They're moving around right now looking for a new place to fish. Some guys are down there on the lower banks, like 800 miles south of the border, looking for that big yellowfin tuna. No reports on that so far, so we'll hold off and see how that goes. Maybe a little bit of wahoo down there. That's what we had been seeing, and hopefully some more of those big yellowfin tuna. That seems to be a little bit more on the sporadic side. There's still yellowfin tuna down there at 300 miles south of Point Loma, so that fish is still there, and there's some big bluefin mixed up with it. We'll keep our eyes on all that for you. Reports have been a little sparse here recently, but once again, a lot of guys are traveling right now, getting to their zones. We'll see how that all works out. Hey, if you've got tax problems, you want to go to the tax man, Tim Marquez. He's standing by right now for you. Heating and or air conditioning needs. It's, of course, our friend John Lopez at Efficient Heating and Air Conditioning. And for that paint in the you-know-what garage door, your garage door, man. Yeah, there's nobody better than Joe Welker. He is your garage door man. All right, let's get back to the banks here out there. Tanner Cortez Bank, absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? Tanner Cortez Bank. We've seen a little bit of bluefin out there in that area. We've seen pretty decent yellowtail action and just tremendous rock fishing. It's been a while since anybody has been out there. We had some inclement weather, or windy weather, I should say. It was real breezy out there. It's come down now, and perhaps we'll get somebody out there on the weekend, but right now I doubt anybody's going to venture out there. We're getting so close to Christmas. Taking a look at our islands down there at the Coronado Islands, mostly rockfish right now, occasional yellowtail. At San Clemente Island, rockfish. At Catalina Island, pretty good fishing on a mix of fish. You can catch sheephead and whitefish, some nice lingcod fishing. There's been a little bit of halibut. Remember, there's a lot of squid around right now, and that squid can produce a lot of predators like white sea bass, like halibut, like yellowtail. We see it in the wintertime many times, and there's so much squid this year on the coast and at the islands. Look out. El Patron is headed to Catalina Island this weekend. In fact, they're going Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Last chance to catch rockfish. Last chance to get out on the El Patron before rockfish season closes. That happens December the 31st. And you can get on the El Patron by going to longbeachsportfishing.org. I'm all screwed up. www.longbeachsportfishing.org. Get on the El Patron this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Up there in the Channel Islands, man, what a trip on the Island Spirit yesterday. It was Kids Fish Free Day. They had a bunch of kids there. Whoa, I think we're okay. Man, that was a good one coming up on me here this morning. Love it. And that water doesn't feel that cold. Perhaps because it's so cold out here right now. Once again, on the Island Spirit, 33 anglers, 330 rockfish, a couple lingcod to go along with it, but a show on the orcas for the kids on board. It was magnificent. A pod of orcas surfaced off the bow of the Island Spirit and provided the kids with memories for a lifetime. You've got to love this. It is so great to see things like that, marvels of nature like that. And the Island Spirit provided not only some great fishing for the kids, but a great view of some orcas, killer whales up there in the Channel Islands. Don't forget, this Friday, we're on board the Island Spirit, 805-676-3474. Can't wait to see you on board. That's going to be a lot of fun. Hey, I forgot to mention the Pride Fishing local islands. They run out of 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro. They had a bunch of rockfish, sheephead, and stuff like that. They had 11 halibut. That really bodes well for the coming season. I think we're looking down the barrel, principally because of all the squid that's around. We're looking down the barrel of an excellent white sea bass and halibut season in the spring. It is going to be fantastic, I'll tell you that. Hey, we put out our charter schedule, halfway sold out on our Apollo trips in just over 24 hours. Our rockfish opener on board the Island Spirit in April, 9 spots left. That's it. If you want to get on board with us this year, you better move fast. The El Patron, we put our trips out there. We have a rockfish opener there also in April, and that one has only 7 spots left. So jump on these things while you can. Get on board with Friedman Adventures next year. I'll work with you. It's Christmas and you don't have a deposit, don't worry. We'll take care of you and slide you through. But make sure you send me a text if you'd like to get on board. 657-227-6459. The Aura and out of Long Beach Sport Fishing. If you're after sand dabs, they had 4,600 sand dabs yesterday. There's no limit on sand dabs. They're great eating, and you can load up. RN, Long Beach Sport Fishing, all over it. Down there in San Diego, all the way up, we're looking at 1/2 and 3/4 day boats catching cheaphead and whitefish, that kind of stuff for the most part. The Spitfire yesterday, that 26 sand bass, pretty good wintertime pick or late fall pick on the sand bass, and along with that, limits of scope. And private boater Bob Elliott, who's one outstanding fisherman. He was a dear friend of our dearly departed Eddie Leland. But Bob found some squid, and he found that squid, and he turned it into that white sea bass and halibut. A nice hit for Bob Elliott and some private boaters. So that is good stuff. Good morning, my friend. So really excellent fishing for Bob, and I love what is going on there. Also, here in the Southern California surf, we continue to see some pretty darn good barred perch fishing. And right down there, that tower that you see, right there with that beautiful sunrise this morning, that is Anderson Street. John Nelms had 2 14-inch barred perch fishing right there. That is some big barred perch. It's not very far from here. I guarantee you, if you go to Big Fish Bait and Tackle down there in Seal Beach on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway and get some ghost shrimp or get some worms, you're going to turn it in to some nice perch. We see more and more of it. That colder water lends itself to good barred perch fishing. That is the environment they love. And you saw John on the thumbnail of this morning's morning briefing. Wayne Shimabukuro with that great photo. Wayne, you are the man. Miss you. I haven't seen you for a while. Not since the CCA event. You with your lovely wife who has to put up with you watching the morning briefing every single morning. Wayne, thank you so much for providing that great photo. And we're seeing mostly barred perch up and down the coast here as we look around. Again, 1/2, 3/4 day guys, sheephead, whitefish, the Native Sun out of 22nd Street. They've been picking at the fish. Monte Carlo picking at the fish. Great, beautiful days. You know, that's another thing. On our way out yesterday, we saw 2 whales that were putting on a great show for us. I believe they were fin whales on our way to Catalina Island on board the Amigo for our lobster trip. What a sight. Tons of dolphin playing off the bow of the Amigo. And of course, great entertainment with Jason Lawler and Mark, my friend, on board the Amigo. Both Marks for that matter. And again, Trevor from the Freedom joined us on that trip. It was so great to see all those guys. All right, my friends, what can I tell you? It's a beautiful morning. Remember, get some Friedman Adventures merch today. All you have to do is go to www.embroiderycreations.net and order up a storm. We would really appreciate it. It does help us to provide more content. 4 p.m. today, Danny Cadota's show. 6 p.m. live from Island Fishing Tackle Shop Confessions. 2 great shows that you're going to love. And once again, I deeply appreciate all you do. Man, folks showed up yesterday before we departed. Dave showed up and brought so many toys for our kids' drive in Mexico. Dave, I love you. Thank you so much. And again, it was great to see you at the landing yesterday. And hopefully we'll have a great and wonderful trip down to San Diego tomorrow, where we're going to fill up the car full of tackle, lots of used fishing tackle that are going to go to Diego Nuno and then ultimately on to the children on Cedros Island. And I can't thank you all enough for helping us to be an instrument in these great endeavors every single Christmas and into the new year. You provide us with so many things and funds to get those great items across the border and help our brothers and sisters down there. All right, beautiful day. How can you beat it? I was just out fishing lobster a few hours ago, trying to wake up with this coffee still, and got a lot of great shows coming your way later today. And that lobster video, I'm telling you, you're going to really enjoy it. It was a lot of fun, and I think that will come through when I put that out. Have a great morning, a wonderful day, and I hope to see you really, really soon.